This one caught my eye. I follow this young man. He's a doctor. Um, and I figured this would also kind of connect and relate with you and Diva since y'all are in on the medical side. But this young man, this young doctor, he I saw his original video on when he was on Kelly Clarkson, and he talks about racism in medicine, which we talked about before. But this is his follow up where he literally and irony by Udiva is headed to Houston now to be a part of a kidney transplant. But he's talking about how the whole racism in medicine goes into us, those of us that need it, being on the transplant list. So I'm gonna play this one.
Almost exactly 2 years ago, I was invited on the Kelly Clarkson show to talk about racism in medicine. At the time, I was still a medical student during the COVID pandemic, so I started posting videos online about race in medicine whenever I learned something in class that didn't quite sit well with me. One of those things was an equation called the GFR equation. GFR stands for glomerular filtration rate. It's essentially a function of how well your kidneys work. If your GFR is high, that means your kidneys are doing well. If your GFR is low, that means they're not doing so good. That number can often determine if you see a kidney specialist, if you get diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, and if you get a kidney transplant. But for decades, there were actually two versions of that equation, one for Black patients and one for everyone else. The reasoning was that Black patients were assumed to have higher muscle mass, and that would affect a lab value called creatinine. So a race-based multiplier was added. That meant even if everything else was equal, if one patient was Black and one patient was non-Black, the Black patient would automatically be assumed to have better kidney functioning just because of their race. And that had real consequences because it could delay care, delay referrals, and even cause patients to not get kidney transplants. So I'm sitting there explaining this to the Kelly Clarkson, and I'm already nervous. But then something incredible happens. They brought on someone whose life had been directly impacted by a video I made talking about the GFR equation years ago. Because of a video I made, a family was able to look up the GFR equation, take it to their doctor. Their doctor was able to look into it, realize it was true, and that patient got moved up 5 years on the kidney transplant list. Anise was who they brought on stage. She was actually the sister of the person who received the kidney transplant. But the reason why she was there and not her sister was because her sister had just received a kidney. It was one of those moments that made absolutely everything feel real. And there's a letter that Anise and her sister wrote that I actually still keep with me and is on my wall. Thankfully now, the GFR equation no longer includes race as of 2021. And in 2023, the Organ Procurement and Transplantation Network said that anyone that's had the race-based equation used can retrospectively have their kidney wait times adjusted. And a study that came out in March 2026 is showing that over 21,000 Black Americans had their wait times adjusted because of this change. These are the types of stories that I'll always continue to share. If this is your first time here, make sure to drop a follow, share, and remember to speak up and speak out because you never know whose life is on the other side of your voice.
Yo, when I saw that,
Wow.
I was like, huh? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
how do you just automatically assume? I mean, thank you for thinking that we have more muscle mass. But on the other hand, no, it does not
Like,
apply to all black people. Like
right.
we are not the same.
We're not the same.
God, where did they get that? Well, I know where they got that
Mm.
from back in the slave
Do
days when they
tell.
used to do them.
Do
Well,
tell.
from back when they used to do all that crazy stuff on us, and with no painkiller, no nothing. Think because they thought we were animals. They use us as animals, and
They
even though
did.
we look just like them humans, it's
I
like,
mean, we
oh
bleed
well,
the same. We bleed the same blood.
hello,
Your your asshole point towards the ground just like mine does.
everything,
You put your pants on one leg at a
one
time.
leg at a time. Yes, But for whatever
One
reason,
leg at a time, sweet Jesus. Oh, they don't go,
that
or
is
whatever they
not the
said.
lyrics. That's not the lyrics. That's that's not it. That's not it.
That's not it. Oh,
Ah, but that's crazy that that had continued to be the thing, the standard, all the way until this young man said, "Hey, listen, we need
yeah.
to change that." That was just 5 years ago.
I mean, like recent, very, very recent.
If he hadn't see, if he hadn't noticed and been really paying attention, there have been some folks that would have uh, missed getting a transplant,
And still be on the number
still be on
fifty
dialysis
million
or
seven hundred
whatever.
and sixty-seven thousand two hundred and
Right,
twenty-two.
right. That's
And
crazy
what's
to me.
just